We'd been asked into the clinic of the Al Hol camp to meet a young woman. 17 years old, we were told, and here because she'd been shot.
Marhaba.
We're protecting her identity and we've changed her name. She asked us to call her Muna.
How are you?
If only we could show you her face. It is one of an innocence that was ripped from her when she was just 11.
كان عمري 11 سنة وأمي جوزتني غصب عني. أخذت واحد عمره 24 سنة. ولدت عنده 3 شهور وقتل يعني. كنت مجبورة مع عمي أضل عند الدولة. لا أنا ما بحبه.
After ISIS was defeated, she and her radicalized mother ended up in this holding camp for ISIS women and children. She tells us she resisted the extremism.
منهزمة يعني خافت أنا اشتكيت عليها مرة عند الإنستايشن جوا وأخذوها وبعدين فكوها وطلعت تهرب فورا يعني هزمت يعني وما بدي يعني أنا ما بدي إياها أصلا.
12 days ago, men came into the tent where she and her friends were sleeping.
4 رصاصات يعني أكلت ببطني وبرجلي 4. هذاك اليوم من الخوف يعني تغبيت جوا البطانية وأجتني رصاصات من فوق البطانية 4. هن دولة يعني مبينين ما حدا عم يضرب غير الدولة. لأن أمي مرة هددتني وقالت لي ما رح حدا يجي يضربك وأنا رح أبعث لهم غير الدولة الإسلامية ويكونوا ملتمين. وفعلا مثل ما قالت أمي جو الدولة الإسلامية هن ملتمين وضربوني يعني.
Just outside the clinic, the ideology of the Islamic State confronts us immediately.
إيه إذا رجعت أنا بحب أرجع. ليش؟ لأنه هي يعني دولة تقيم شرع الله عز وجل على الأرض فقط. ليش لحتى ما أرجع له؟ أنا مسلمة وهني مسلمة.
This is the sprawling camp where Muna was shot. There are 69,000 people here, most of them women and children, and many of them utterly committed still to their caliphate. There can't be anywhere else on earth like Al Hol. We're taken to the part of the camp where the foreigners are held. We pass a group with 3 injured children. They fell, the woman says, and broke their arms. A stone is thrown. The front line here is children with slingshots. Born into this camp, they know nothing except the Islamic State. It is indoctrination, and it is so terribly sad. A black bag is a toy kite for those who are not yet throwing stones. This is childhood in Al Hol. The emptiness belies the mood. 2 men were shot dead here this morning.
Marhaba.
And a Bosnian woman who renounced ISIS and tried to escape was beaten with iron bars by other women.
How are you?
The few who do emerge from their tents won't talk to us.
Well, the authorities tell us that there are about 2,000 foreign families here. That is, people who are not Iraqi and not Syrian. We were here a couple of years ago and they were warning then that a caliphate could be reformed. Now they are saying it's not a matter of when, it has happened.
It is the Syrian Kurds who led the defeat of ISIS exactly 2 years ago, and it's they who've now been left with this extraordinary challenge.
They are implementing Sharia law, they have their police, what we call it Al-Husba, and it's all from women who are pouring this extreme mentality into their children and the young people who are there, and again, who will, I think, if not dealt correctly with, they would create the next generation of jihadists.
To the northeast, another camp and a different problem. The women here were part of ISIS, but now appear to have renounced it. The mood is a world away from Al Hol, children being children. In the last year, 295 families have been transferred from Hull to this place in an attempt to get less extreme women out. But then they are all marooned here. Their countries don't want them back. This woman from Russia accepts that she's done wrong, but don't punish my children, she says. Next to her, a Moroccan woman. Just tell us what you're going to do with us, she tells me. And the most striking thing, half the population are children.
No one's suggesting that the answers here are easy. There are very, very complex issues. But from speaking to the women, to the children, to the guards and to the authorities, it's clear to me that doing nothing really is not an option.
17-year-old Mona is recovering well from her physical injuries. Our encounter caught the attention of the authorities here, and she's now been moved to a safer place. Mark Stone, Sky News, in northeastern Syria.